All right, we are back. Look at us,
Ayo.
we're back. All right. All right, all right, all right. All right, thank you,
All
everyone.
right, all right, all right.
All right, so we're here to review She-Hulk Attorney at Law episode 5. But before we do, just want to talk about yesterday. I know yesterday was supposed to be our Andor pre-show, right? But something very important came up at the last minute that we weren't able to do the pre-show yesterday, Wednesday, but we are going to move the pre-show to Monday, all right?
And
That is the 19th. And the reason
is because we had exclusive interviews with the cast of Andor, that being Kyle Soller, Genevieve O'Reilly, Adria Arona, and our favorite Diego Luna.
Diego
Drum
Luna.
roll. I should
Yeah.
have said drum roll before that, but Diego Luna.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah. So, we interviewed 4 of the actors from the cast of Andor. You will be able to see the interviews on Podathon. Podathon again is this Saturday, September 17th, right? We are scheduled to be on at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So 6 p.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. Pacific time. But please check it out. 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific on Saturday, September 17th.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it was really cool. We're really fortunate to interview with the cast. All right. So
let's get into this.
Yeah. All right. So hello to everybody who is on.
Hey,
Thank you very much.
Hey, all.
I hope everyone.
How's feeling out there tonight?
Yeah. I hope everyone has seen She-Hulk. If you haven't, it's fine. You can always, turn us off and watch the episode and come back, but we're good to go. All right. So, all right. From last week's episode, we know that Titania is taking Jennifer to court for the use of the name.
She served Jennifer the papers.
Right. So apparently Titania trademarked the name She-Hulk, right? Okay. We'll see about this. All right.
Now she makes her money selling beauty products.
Yes, right. She's making her money selling. I mean, she has a store where she's just making a ton of money doing a lot of things. Good to see you, Alex. Thank you for joining. Yeah. So, so Jen is in trouble. So her boss is not happy, right? GLK.
He's never happy.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be. He's a man of few words. He's just.
And those few words are never happy words.
Yes. So he wants this lawsuit to go away. So his idea is to have Jen be represented by another attorney named Mallory Book, played by Renee Elise Goldsberry. And she is a prominent actress. She was a cast member of the original Hamilton cast on Broadway. So we actually saw, I think she appeared maybe once or twice in previous episodes, but she's prominent in this as Mallory Book in She-Hulk. She appeared once or twice in the previous episodes. All right, so they're in court. Jen has to prove that the name She-Hulk belongs to her. Jen didn't like the name at first, but it stuck because that's what people called her. So that's what she's used to hearing.
And she's kind of loses the suit because Titania's case is, she trademarked the She-Hulk name, but Jen's like, no, She-Hulk belongs to me. It sticks.
Exactly.
So then, second storyline.
Yep.
Which is there's this guy named Gus, and he wants Nikki to come with him to buy Iron Man sneakers from this broker guy.
Yeah.
And the broker also creates custom clothing for superheroes. So there's this guy named Luke. He's a clothing designer, and he agrees to make suits for Jen as She-Hulk, which is another reference. And there's another reference to She-Hulk becoming or is an Avenger.
Yeah.
Because Nikki's like, oh, she's an Avenger. Let her in.
That's important because this is the second time, I believe, that she was addressed as either being a part of the Avengers or is going to join the Avengers. So I have the feeling that we're going to see She-Hulk as an Avenger.
Probably in Secret Wars or Kang Dynasty.
Yeah, I know that's further down the line, but I just see it coming because they're doing this intentionally, bringing up the name, bringing up the Avengers, more than once.
But you know what it is, though? I can't see like a canonical person like She-Hulk be a part of something as crazy as Kang Dynasty.
Right, and serious.
Secret Wars.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I don't know how well she will transition from small screen to
Movie
the big
theaters,
screen. Yeah, but you know what? Hey, Marvel, you know, have talented people working everywhere.
Yeah,
They'll
but
figure it out. You know,
it is possible
right.
that she'll be an Avenger.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
Yeah.
she kind of is an Avenger already. She's a Hulk and is by blood related to the Hulk.
True.
Our Hulk. So
right.
You know how there used to be the main 6 Avengers: Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow, and Hawkeye and Thor? Well, now there's She-Hulk, Jane Foster, Kate Bishop, Yelena, Captain Carter, I guess, and Ironheart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now we got some new 6 Avengers.
True. That's right. We don't know. And if they want to stay true to the comic books in Secret Wars, as we know, She-Hulk is a member of the Secret War, at least. She's a part of the Avengers.
And
in
by
the
the
comic
way,
book.
If you wanted to keep it all young Avengers, you could swap out Captain Carter for Patriot. You could swap out
I like that.
You could swap out She-Hulk for Hulkling.
Okay.
And that'd make them all young Avengers.
That's
except
true.
Except for Jane Foster, but you know.
That's true. There's
also no other Thors.
There's also talk about a young Avenger, so that makes sense to me. Yeah. All right. Okay. So do you want to pick it up from here about the clothing designer? Or you want me?
Yeah, that clothing designer really rude. He's not the nicest man.
Yeah.
He's not the kindest man on planet Earth.
Well, yeah, he's very he seems to be very
uppity.
Hi Michelle, how are you?
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Yeah, he seems to be he's very straightforward. You know, he's
like, now listen to me.
Yeah, he seems to be in control of what he does and his work. So he came off as being, you know, a little standoffish, you know, a little arrogant. But once Nikki, so there's a scene where Nikki and Jen and She-Hulk come into the store, his boutique, and you know, Nikki explains to Luke that
I don't know if you can call it a boutique.
Clothing store. You walk into the fabric store, and Nikki says to Luke, "Well, we want to create some clothing for She-Hulk." And when he turned around, he's like, "Oh, wow, you know, this is her, huh? Well, what can she do? What's her superpower?" And then, you know, Jen showed how she can change from Jen to She-Hulk, which is pretty cool. So now he's into making something for her. So we'll come back to that. All right. So
I've actually seen her costume, by the way.
You saw it?
Yes.
The one that we didn't see in the episode?
Mm-hmm.
Where did you see it?
Now.
Wow, this is news.
If you play video games, guys, there is this video game called Marvel Feature Fight, and I used to play it, and actually I still kind of play it. It's kind of fun, but not as much as I used to. And there was this She-Hulk update. It was a minor update, but we got to see her new She-Hulk Attorney at Law costume. So I saw that, and it's basically like the comics costume. You know that, you know, the all-white costume with like the little purple at the sides.
Interesting. So is it so you're saying the majority of the suit is white? Is it a what is it? Is it pants or is it a dress?
No, it's like a full suit.
Full body
suit. It's like except it's short sleeves.
Interesting. Wait a minute. Is that the purple and white suit?
Yeah, like from the comics.
Oh, I
except
gotcha.
They movied it up.
I gotcha. Oh wow, that's gonna be exciting to see. That could be it. Yeah,
you remember that outfit?
I do. Now I do. Now that you mention it, yeah, that's interesting. So I thought it was very, very nice that they didn't show us the costume as of yet, right? You know, sometimes the costume we have to wait to see what they're going to look like in their new costume. But
did you ever notice that there's a Marvel formula where they seem to get their costume midway through the show, like how Loki got his TVA jacket, like in episode 2 or 3 or so. She-Hulk's getting her costume in episode 6,
right?
And the Falcon got his.
I was about to say the Falcon.
It's at the end,
exactly.
Like how Falcon got his costume at the end.
That's right.
Or how, say, you know, Wanda got her new costume at the end.
Good point. Right.
Or how Miss Marvel got her epic costume at the ending. Also in Future Fight, I bought that outfit. I love it.
Yeah. All right, so let's stop for a little bit and just look at the comments and, you know, see who's there. So Thank you. Yes.
Melvin Potter.
Okay.
Get my Marvel books.
Does his name sound familiar? Well, we don't want to leave right now, right?
No, seriously, where's my Marvel book?
Well, there's one. There's one over here, but that's but the Marvel Encyclopedia, I moved it. It's fine. So the name sounds familiar.
Yeah, Daredevil's clothing designer. He made the suit in the comics at least.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So Alice is saying that if this means Melvin Potter, Daredevil's costume designer, will not be in the MCU. That's a very good question. I don't know, and I can understand why you're asking that question, Alex, because of what happened at the very end. All right. So. All right, okay. While Keith is looking it up, he's got his reference book, so he's going to look up the name Melvin Potter and see what information we can get about Melvin. But I'll just continue with the episode. So Jen goes to court, all right, and she has an idea.
Maximoffs.
Right.
Django Maximoff.
Okay. All right. So let me go through the rest of the episode, okay? While you're doing that.
Yep.
Okay. So Jen goes to court. She has an idea. She's talking to her friend Nikki, and she says, well, there's a way that she can prove that she claimed the She-Hulk name before Titania did. When she created her dating profile, she was, going out dating different guys. She appeared as She-Hulk. So what she did, or what they decided to do, which was, a little embarrassing because, you bring your personal life into the courtroom. She asked the guys that she, were, meeting to come back and be witnesses for for a court hearing. All right, so we actually saw.
Was that embarrassing?
Yeah, so we actually saw 3 of the guys that came back, and one of the guys was Todd. Remember Todd, who was asking a lot of questions, a lot of personal questions about her skin and whether it was impenetrable. So he came back, and all 3 of them actually confirmed that she did identify herself as She-Hulk, and so it turns out that the judge actually believed Jen's point of view, and
this is kind of what the outfit looks like, except
yes,
longer sleeves, longer everything.
All right, well, okay, so hold on to that. Let me just finish this. So the judge rules in favor for Jen and says that it is her name. She came up with the name first, and the trademark was done after people started addressing Jen as She-Hulk. So Jen won the case, and Titania is very upset, obviously, and she says, well, I'll be back, this is not over. So that's what happened. So now so there's a quick scene in with Mallory and Jen, and they're having drinks, and seems like they're having a great conversation. Then Jen is trying to create a friendship with Mallory, but that didn't work out too well. Then we go back to the clothing fabric store, and as
Mallory was just like, get some better dates, girl.
Yeah. And so Jen goes back to the clothing store, and like Keith said, Luke has these costumes ready for her to try on. We don't see what the costumes are, but we did see a hat box, right? And inside the hat box
was like a yellow version of Daredevil's helmet, unprinted.
Wow.
So I think they're working on making that, but
yeah,
it's in the pickup box.
So does that mean that we're going to see Daredevil in episode 6?
And I have timeline questions. So Daredevil took place after Endgame, right? Because if every Marvel movie and TV show takes place the year it was released up until Endgame, because of the 5-year jump we had there.
Yeah. Now you're referring to the Netflix series,
yeah, I'm talking
right?
about the Netflix Daredevil, not the 2003 version. That predates the MCU. That doesn't really count as Marvel.
Well, right.
I mean, it does, but it doesn't count as MCU Marvel.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Okay, right. Yeah, because their timeline is completely different than the MCU timeline, because they were on Netflix. Whatever was happening there didn't seem like it was happening on the screen. So there was no blip, as far as I know. So I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good point you're bringing up. I don't know
Yeah,
how they're
we
going to
call it the
work
snap.
that.
They call it the blip,
The blip,
in
yeah.
Marvel canon.
I don't know how they're going to, bring that into the MCU now that we know that Daredevil is a part of MCU. I'm not quite sure. Look, we don't need to worry about it. There are talented writers out there. They already have the answers to our questions. So, we'll find out. All right.
Oh, we got a comment about
Yes.
timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Daredevil may have come before Infinity War.
Okay.
But either way,
Mhm.
I'm thinking it had to have come after it probably came either after She-Hulk or before, and Daredevil just got his costume wrecked or something, because there's no reason for them to be making him a costume, because we already know She-Hulk comes after Endgame and all the other shows that have been released.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is, I don't know, because unless Daredevil just like completely ruined his old suit,
Mm-hmm.
like this is why some people are pointing out, oh, in the trailer, Daredevil's suit wasn't the same as it was in the Daredevil show.
Mhm.
This is probably why. This may be why, because maybe Daredevil just like destroyed his suit and needs a new one, or something to that effect. Oh, by the way, I got the big boy. I got the big boy out.
All right.
Look
That's
at-
the
look
Marvel
for Melvin
Encyclopedia.
Potter.
That's excuse me, everybody. Yeah. So I want to say this. I was watching D23. This happened this past weekend, and they were interviewing some people on the red carpet. One of the people that were interviewed was Charlie Cox, and from what I recall, he was talking about Daredevil Born Again, the new series that's coming to the MCU. It seems to me there's a reason why it's called Born Again. I'm not saying that what they're going to do is just
wipe the Daredevil show from
pretend
canon.
that what happened on Netflix never happened. I'm not saying that, but it sounds to me like they're going to do a reboot of Daredevil, which is probably why we're seeing this new costume. That could be the reason, right? All right. So have you found anything?
Still
Yeah. So that's pretty much
looking.
the episode. And there was there was no post-credit episode. So let me know what you think. If you have any comments or questions regarding the episode, or any questions, any questions at all in regards to any topics you want to discuss. All right. So Alex, the show Bullseye impersonated Daredevil and hurt his reputation, so that might be why. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, that might be why he needs a new suit then, to distinguish himself.
Mm-hmm. Now, Alice, let me know if did you watch the Netflix series? I'm just curious if you watched the Netflix series. Yeah. Okay. All right. And all right. So again, we're just going to let you know that this coming Monday, if you're just joining us, that this coming Monday will be our Andor pre-show. So that's Monday, September 19th. All right. I hope I have the date right, at 7:30. So we'll do a pre-show. And Andor drops on the 21st. I can't wait. So I hope you will tune in. We'll talk about, what we know so far about the series, some talk about some of the new characters, and maybe have a conversation about what we can expect from these new characters, or what we can see in maybe the first episode, the episodes of the first season.
Oh, we have a question, by the way.
And I also want to talk about Podathon. So just want to remind you about Podathon this Saturday, September 17th. In case you're just joining us again, we were fortunate enough. Now, yesterday we were supposed to have the pre-show for Andor yesterday, but we couldn't because we were actually a part of a press junket where we got the opportunity to interview the cast of Andor. So it's actually pretty cool. These interviews will be on the Podathon. We will show all the interviews on the Podathon on Saturday, September 17th. We are scheduled to be on at 6 p.m.
We also have an exclusive interview with a family who's been affected
Yes.
by the Make-A-Wish Foundation as well as cancer, Larry and Caleb Smith.
Yes.
Luckily, Caleb, even though he caught it when he was 10, survived cancer. So, woo woo to his immune system.
Exactly.
And we will be spotlighting the entire interview during our Podathon segment.
Yes, wonderful. Right. So again, this is for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. We encourage you, if you can donate, please do so. You can go to thepodathon.com. All right, to donate. You can take a look at the lineup of the guests that will be there, the content creators that will be participating. We're fortunate enough to be one of them. So again, we will be on at 6 p.m. Eastern time. That's 3 p.m. Pacific. All right. Do we have any other comments? All right, Alex. Up. Okay. All right. So that is okay.
Oh, look.
Yes.
Q plus what's the deal with Todd?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What I think is Todd may be one of She-Hulk's villains. Now, I don't know everything about her villains, but I think he might be one of them because we haven't met her villains yet. And in typical Marvel fashion, usually we'll know who they are by now, like get some weird hint. And the fact that he appeared twice, that's setting off some sort of trigger in my mind because I'm just thinking he must be back because Marvel characters don't show up twice unless they're important.
Right. Now, here's what I've heard from other podcasters, YouTubers. And you're right, Michelle. There is something behind this Todd person because he had more screen time than the other two guys. So he is somebody important. Now, it could be that if you saw episode 3 with the Wrecking Crew, the Wrecking Crew appeared and they tried to get Jen's blood, using a needle, and that didn't work out. It's possible that these guys, the Wrecking Crew, works for Todd. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't seem like exactly. He doesn't seem like that type of leader who would run some type of criminal organization to try to get this, whatever they need from Jen. But I still think it's possible that they may be working together, but I don't think he's the big boss. I still think there's somebody else that they're working for. So I don't think it's Todd. He may be a part of it. He may be a part of the organization, but he's not the leader. Yes. So, and you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. So what I want to say about this episode, I am looking for more to happen. I am still, I'm intrigued by Titania. I want to know more about her. We still don't know who she is, where she's from, how she got her superpower. So apparently, they're keeping this a secret until, the last third of the season. I don't know, but I want to know, okay, well, all right. So tell me what's going on, who is the Wrecking Crew working for? Who is Todd working for? I'm ready. I'm ready for these answers.
These people, this really is a cameo every week show, but Wrecking Crew will be back. We know Daredevil's cameoing next episode. Like, why not, people?
Yeah.
Please, Marvel, if you're listening, just Daredevil, please show up next episode.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for our episode. If we have any more comments or questions, please let us know. But like I said, we're just looking for something else to happen. So, all right. So, Alex, the Born Again comic is great, but also very dark. It might give some good background for the upcoming show. All right. I can see you. I can see that point. I don't see it being that dark. Maybe not as dark as the comic books because, it is Disney. Disney is only really going to go so far.
I've heard them say that this is going to be a lighter Daredevil than the Netflix series.
Yeah, which is why they're doing a reboot. So we're not going to see the same Daredevil we saw on Netflix. But that's a good point. Thank you for that, Alex. Any other comments? What were you looking up? Yeah, what did you find?
Nothing.
Okay.
Except some trivia.
All right. Well,
your daddy.
Yes. Okay.
What's the real name of the Flag Smasher?
I never even heard of the flag. Wait a minute. That sounds
From
familiar.
Captain America, not Captain.
No,
Falcon and the Winter
when
Soldier.
yeah, right. The name sounds familiar. What's the name again? The flag who?
Flag Smasher.
The Flag Snatcher.
Starts with a K.
What's the real name?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if anybody else who's listening or watching. Yeah. If you know, let me know.
You have 5 seconds.
Okay. All right. Oh, this airtime is terrific.
3, 2, 1.
Yes. The
So,
answer.
Marvel actually did a little switcheroo,
Mhm.
and they changed the gender. So in the comic books, the Flag Smasher's name is Carl Morgenthau,
Mhm.
but in the show, it's Carly Morgenthau.
Oh,
they just threw an
that's
eye at the
right,
end.
Right. Played by the actress who was also Enfys Nest in Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
right.
is the name of Red Skull's daughter?
Okay. I did not know we were going to have trivia tonight, everybody. So.
Yeah, well, I'm surprising you. So
yeah, I don't know the answer to this question.
Cynthia Schmidt.
Excuse me. So now, what was the question again?
Who is Red Skull's daughter?
Red Skull's daughter. I don't know. Yeah. So okay, I would not have known that. All right.
Cynthia Schmidt.
Okay. I think we're ready to wrap it up now, right? You
I
think?
got one more trivia
Oh,
question.
one more
for
trivia
you.
question. Okay. All right.
One more, the final
Yes.
one.
Okay. All right. You know, we got to keep the show moving. All right. So what you got?
What is the real name of Frank Castle?
He was also in Captain America, right?
No.
No?
He's Punisher. What's the real name of Punisher?
I don't know the real name of Punisher.
Frank Castiglione.
Okay, all right.
Changed his last name to Castle, apparently.
Interesting. Well, do you know the reason why he changed his name?
Nope.
Okay, all right.
Anyway,
all
that's
right.
it for our Marvel
Okay.
trivia.
All right, that's it. All right, so thank you very much. All right, so you're pointing, but to what? All right, thank you, Michelle. Oh, live stream. You know, it's live. It's live. You know, what can you tell you? All right. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend. We hope you can join us on Monday for the pre-show for Andor. You know, we got lots to talk about. So thank you for joining us tonight. Okay. All right. Do we have... All right. Alex, I agree with Michelle. Awesome work. Keith, awesome books too. Yeah.
You want to see him?
Well, yeah.
Just kidding. But I got a Marvel encyclopedia and a Marvel Avengers encyclopedia.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have like a Spider-Man encyclopedia somewhere.
Yes.
And some Lego Marvel stuff too.
Exactly. All right. So that's it, everyone. So this was fun. Thank you for joining us for episode 5. Once again, join us on the Podathon on Saturday. All right. 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. Also join us on Monday for the Andor pre-show. But until then, take care. And we will see you again.